Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, people? This is Peterman here once again with another film review, and this time I'm talking about a Russian horror movie called The Mermaid, Lake of the Dead. Now, I saw the trailer for this film and I was curious, seeing as this is a Russian horror movie and it looked very unique. The trailer, I was like drawn in. I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this film. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty different. So first off, let's start off with the whole mythology of this film. Um, I was reading up on this, and I guess there's a Russian mythology called Rusalka, which is like the Russian version of a mermaid. So this has something to do with that. And the story of this film is there's this girl Marina, and she has a fiance named Roman, and they're about to get married, but they discover this lake, and in this lake lives a ghost of a girl that drowned like a long time ago, and she just became sort of, I guess, like a ghost spirit, mermaid spirit, and very similar to this movie has a very similar vibe to The Evil Dead. Um, I think that's the closest thing I could tell you what this movie reminded me of. And the one thing that I was kind of confused by, though, seeing as I don't know much about Rusalka, is that the mermaid in this film, supposedly the evil mermaid, she doesn't look like a typical mermaid, like, American mermaid, or just like a typical mermaid. So it kind of threw me off, and I kind of was wondering why she doesn't look like a typical mermaid. But anyways, there is quite a bit of jump scares in this film, and I thought it was kind of funny how at first Marina thought that her fiance was kind of like cheating because she finds this comb, you know, and his stuff and his laundry, I think, and she immediately thinks, wow, maybe her fiance is cheating on her, and yeah, it's way more than that. Um, but this comb is kind of like a key. It kind of has the answers to what's going on without spoiling the film. Now, there's CGI in this film, but it's not like it's overused, kind of like in The Conjuring and a lot of these modern horror films. So I wish they would have just cut back down on the CGI. Um, there's a lot of jump scares. The movie relies too much on jump scares, and it just felt too mainstream, too mainstream for me. And I really don't like that. I mean, you can just go to the theater and see any kind of film like that. So I didn't. Those are some things I didn't like. This is a Russian movie, and I watched the English dub, so the voiceover was pretty bad. But I don't know. I guess I found this movie refreshing because, like I said, it's a Russian film, and I don't think I ever seen. Well, I think besides this film called The Bride, besides that movie, this would probably be like the second Russian horror movie I've seen um, in quite a while. I've seen other ones, but I just can't recall. But they weren't that good to recall them. But the whole story behind this kind of drew me in. And at the end of the day, it was kind of like, it was predictable. It was more of the same. But I guess if you're in the mood for something different, definitely check this film out. Not It could have been more like they could have focused more on the backstory of the mermaid. There is some backstory to her, but they could have, like, I guess, went more into that backstory, and I think I would have gave this film a higher rating. But I'll still give this movie a 6 out of 10 because even though it was more of the same, I was still entertained. And I mean, it does require patience to watch this movie though, but I just thought it was different, from what I'm normally watching. And I thought I'd cover it on the channel since I did say I was going to cover horror movies that I haven't seen and some that I have seen. So this will fall on that. But yeah, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's fucking go!